Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tally Book Troubleshooting. Tally books, they're everywhere. They keep the little bit of information. It's how we solve the problems in the oil field. And today's guest really makes the show, sponsored by Arc Energy. We process your energy. Mikey Mahoney. If you don't know a lot about Mikey, go check out his LinkedIn profile. You'll go see a great history on there. But let's get right to it, Mikey. I know you're a busy guy. What was the problem you were trying to solve?
So, had a customer coming from the Gulf of Mexico. We deal with a lot of platforms, and for a while, everybody did reconditioned platforms out there. So, had a customer come in, big customer. They had bought a rig about 10 years prior to convert into a production platform.
So we're talking like an offshore rig, kind
Offshore.
of that kind of stuff. Okay.
Offshore
Yeah.
drilling rig to turn it to a full production platform. Um, a lot of guys that were important in the company bought it 10 years ago. They put a little work into it, did some engineering, and then it sat for 10 years. And when you sit out there for 10 years after hurricanes and things like
All
that,
the salt water. I can imagine this thing is a little bit rough at this time. So this guy, he wants to make, this production platform, and they come to you,
Yeah.
and you got to check it out.
yeah, it was kind of on his shoulders. And he literally came to me and said, hey, pretty much my job's in line to come down here and say, what's our next step? Made about 5-6 trips out there, called about just about every friend I've got in the industry that knows about it, and put a quick summary together. And had to give them the tough luck news is that the best route was there was a lot of idle assets now that you could pick up that were managed, maintained, that were actually operating, that were coming off, that you could pick up and do this thing for 30% less.
So to give people an idea, what numbers are we talking about? So this platform, they have it. How much money would they have had to sink into it to get it going to where they wanted to
They
do?
had to sink roughly 50 to 70 million more into it, and they could literally buy one that was about $5 million at the time, and then go put another about 50 in it. So you're talking about a savings of 20 to 25 million dollars.
So, but you then don't get all the big work for reprocessing this, right?
Well, it's not, we don't encompass all that, but long term, hoping that work comes around. It was during the oil crash, so it didn't turn out, but I probably saved a few jobs, and we'll have an opportunity to bid on the next round of it.
So, if I'm getting this straight, you basically saved that company about $70 million, give or take, maybe.
I
50
probably
to
I
60?
probably saved them about 30 million if they end up going
Oh,
this
okay.
round. Yeah.
For going from spending with you and then to go through all this. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I get some pretty big numbers on the show.
I've never
every
I've
once in a
never
while.
saved anyone $30 million yet. So just in this case, I have.
That's pretty honest work you had there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. It was really that bad where like it's rusted through, everything would have had to been redone.
Yeah, so the crazy thing about the drilling platforms and everything else you do there, everything's so weight bearing. And normally when you put a drilling rig on something, it's very heavy, but all that weight's where the draws, where the drill pipe and everything's done. When you do a process facility, it kind of goes all over. So as that, even legs and things like that, as it deteriorates just even a little bit, you compromise everything. So it's really an engineering feat to go back and look at everything. So just to go test it and go look back at it, you'd probably spend so much money just getting into that and re-engineering, redoing it. You'd be building a whole new thing eventually. And that's what we came to the conclusion of, hey, you don't need to go rebuild this. It's done. It's out there.
You just need to find a new one.
That's right. That's
Perfect.
right.
Well, I appreciate you taking the few minutes out of your day. You're a busy guy, coming on and doing my little show.
I
Appreciate it.
appreciate you having me.
Hey, that is how you troubleshoot.